This van pulls up beside me and they rolled down the window. Then the woman was like, yeah, she is a fine little thing. We can do some things with her. Y'all, I'm in the middle of crossing the road. Don't you know they like riding across the street with me? Because I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. What? Hey y'all, my name is Seisha. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today is definitely makeup and messy story time because, child, it's a lot going on. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of talking in this video. I'm going to be doing my lashes. Y'all know it takes a minute, but like I said, I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of talking. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting on? Subscribe. And let's get into the story time.
I was almost trafficked in Tampa, Florida, and I really want to share my experience with you to hopefully protect all of you girlies from the evil world that we live in. I'm talking a straight ploy, women being used so you trust them, like a crazy scenario. So I'm just going to start from the beginning. 3 separate groups of people who was doing the scouting. One was going to facilitate everything. And then the last set that I met was the men who were there to take me. A group of 3 people invite me and my homegirl to their section, and since they're older, I trust them. Like, we could just vibe with them for like a second, asking us a million questions about our life. Like, it was crazy. And then whenever we would reciprocate, like, oh, well, how about you? They were getting caught in lies. Like, they were saying they didn't know each other, even though they did. It was a mess. And at that point, my red flags were like, y'all are strange. Like, they weren't going to be drinking anymore, and they kept pressuring us to finish it for us. And we're like, I'm straight. So one lady rubs my arm, and she's looking at me like dead in my eyes. And she says, like, do you like women? And the way she said it, it just didn't feel like a question. It really just felt like, it doesn't matter if you say no, I'm still gonna have my way. Like, I was really unnerved and I kind of had goosebumps. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna like dip. Mind you, it's the way she said it. It was the energy that was in her eyes. So we leave to our parking garage. Now, this is where all of this takes place. When I tell you there were cops everywhere, it makes you kind of take your guard down, but never feel like if you see cops, that just means you're safe. Because I think criminals use that so your guard can be down, honestly. It's my car and a red Camaro, some spaces down. 22-year-old, probably white girl is standing in front of it. And I could see as we're approaching, she's about to ask us a question. I'm thinking to myself, I know that girl better not ask for a ride or something. To my surprise, she asked something way more plausible. Asked if I could take a picture for her. She said, I have my new car. I got all dressed up and my friends left early and I wasn't able to get a picture today. Could you please take a picture for me? And her energy, she was so fidgety. Honestly, I would be very surprised if she's not trafficked herself, which makes me very sad. And I literally was about to reach to grab her phone to take a picture for her, but I was about to joke and say, girl, this sounds like a trafficking situation. But I was like, what if it is? It dawned on me. I can't. It's really late. I'm gotta head out. To the car, I'm like watching her in my peripheral. Dude, I did not drink this night. This is literally insane to me, and that's how I know God was protecting me. I did not drink that night, and that is not like me. So I was completely in my right mind. I immediately locked the door like I always do, and I'm thinking I must be safe, right? No. Heard the loudest like screech coming from around the corner, and a car parks behind me directly. Like, I'm watching my rear view and I see a blacked out SUV right behind my car blocking me in so abruptly that it's like shaking back and forth. And 2 black men in like Nike techs literally jump out the car. One goes to my passenger, one goes to my driver's side, and me and my friend are in the car. Hello? Noted this. If I would have taken a picture for this girl, do you think I would have safely made it to my car yet? Incorrect. That would have been the end of me. Never feel too bad to tell somebody no. Cops are right outside the spot. Go ask them. You need a phone? Go ask them. So they approach us in a more catcalling situation. They honestly kind of tricking my mental because they're very calm, cool, and collected. But 2 men are standing on either side of my car. Oh, like, we're just trying to get to know you, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, the heck you aren't. Like, it's tactics. If they came up to the car acting really like aggressive, you immediately get aggressive. You know what I mean? But this is when I knew that I was in danger. In unison, they both tried to open the door, like on either side. And the way that they came to the car so quickly in a normal setting, if I did not manually lock my door, they would have been unlocked. Thank God I did, and I always do, always lock your door immediately. When that door is locked, my thumb does not even leave my handle before me locking the door. In unison, I hear the sound, and that's when my heart completely sank. That's when I knew that calling situation, you don't go trying to open anyone's car door. I was on some Super Mario, Super Saiyan stuff because I managed to maneuver out of my parking spot in a way that I was able to contort my car to get away. Because like I said, they tried to block me in, but since they slammed on their brakes so abruptly, they left me just enough space. If I could go back in time, I would leave this part out. But I did, once I felt I was safe, I wind down my window a little bit and went off on them. I would have not done that. But the adrenaline wore off and I just started sobbing. Like I got out of the parking garage and literally just started sobbing. And I have no clue how I made it back to my hotel room. Because, oh, I'm going to have an opportunity to scream. No, I'm sure they've got that covered. Shoot you up with something so fast, never seen again. Put on a boat off to Colombia, God knows where. Like, please be careful. And if you have had experiences, close calls, heard of other things, please comment them because I want to hear them. I want other people to be able to read them to understand the world we live in and the type of people that we encounter. So another note is always to keep your mental. There's literally no reason why two girls by themselves drunk. Keep your mental state together. You have to be on your P's and Q's because we literally live in a crazy world. Long time after this that I barely could do anything on my own or go out by myself. I was so scared. Literally went through my whole car for tracking devices with mirrors and all this stuff. Like it was a terrible time. It really was. So don't feel bad to tell someone no. Sure as heck don't take random strangers drinks and be safe.
Oh my God. When I tell you God was with her, God was really with her because I think about all the stuff that I've done and thank God it never ended that way. I mean, how many times have you been invited to somebody's section and you don't know them and they just supplying you with alcohol? Like, and you and your friends are pissy drunk. Wow. Like, what? I mean, even trafficking aside, our this is so irresponsible, but I just thank God for his grace and mercy. Like when I was in school and when I was in my party girl phase, like Uber was a thing like towards I didn't even say the end. Like I would say it was towards the end of my true party girl phase. Like I was still going out, but driving home and you were too inebriated to go home. Y'all. So when I was in school, trafficking wasn't a thing, or at least it wasn't a thing that was talked about. Back then, we just knew it as pimping. But naively, I think back then, I used to think that if a girl had a pimp, she wanted to be there. And this is teenage brain thinking this, okay? Not too much. Y'all, so I had a friend in college that never wanted to go anywhere by herself. And I'm like, girl, I go everywhere by myself. I was just very independent. And I think that was because I was the oldest child in my family. She was the youngest child in her family. So if she needed to go to the grocery store, she was like, Seisha, I need to go to the grocery store. You want to come with me? I'm like, yeah, sure. And it worked out for me because I didn't have a car my first couple of years of college. But she literally like she did not want to if I wasn't available she was calling somebody else, which is fine, but I just didn't understand it. I'm like, child, when I'm home and I do have my car, if I got somewhere to go, I'm just going. But I think she had maybe heard of situations like that, or not even trafficking, but like of girls getting kidnapped. And another thing I think, so I got this running joke with my friends and my family like, you ain't never seen no big girl get kidnapped. You ain't never seen no tall girl get kidnapped. I'm big and tall. So I'm good. And if you know about a situation, just take the joke, keep it pushing. But she wasn't. She was a smaller girl. So it's like I understand her concern. But I did have this one scary situation. So me and the girl I'm talking about, like we was real tight. Like we did everything together. And our freshman dorm was right across the street from the McDonald's. And after a while, when you're in college, they don't serve food anymore. Like we had this thing called late night, but late night was kind of expensive. And if you were out of cafe cash, baby, you were just SOL. So either I didn't want to spend money on late night or I just wanted something quick from McDonald's. Me, independent little me, decided, oh, I'll just go across the street to McDonald's and get me something to eat. Oh, you know what I think it was? I think everybody else was studying. I was just chilling. So I go across the street and, get my food. I'm about to cross the street and I'm waiting at the light, waiting for the little crosswalk thing. Y'all, this van pulls up beside me and they roll down the window and the man started talking to me like he started trying to holler at me. And I'm like, I'm dismissing that because that's normal. It's annoying, but it's normal, right? Then the woman was like, yeah, she is a fine little thing. We could do some things with her. Y'all, I ain't ever been so scared in my life because one, they were already in a van. Two, I'm in the middle, like the crosswalk light had just changed. I'm in the middle of crossing the road. Don't you know they like riding across the street with me? And I'm like, oh my God, they know I go to this school. They probably know that my dorm is right here. And I don't think I ever went anywhere else by myself at night because I was like, that really could have ended badly. Another thing you got to watch out for is, like she said, the women, but in a different way. So, y'all, we listen and we don't judge. So, whenever I would go out with my homeboys, I'm kicking it with them, but they might have their eye on a girl. And I had one homeboy, he was just shy. He was cool, but he was just shy. And like once you got to know him, like he could talk, but I don't know. He had no game. Yeah, that's just not done. I mean, he didn't have any game. I'm like, which girl you want to talk to? I was like, I'll get it for you. And he pointed out, and I was like, okay. I said, give me like 5 minutes. She'll be over here in a minute. And I pulled the girl for him. So we would go out, and I did that a couple times. But I thought about it. I was like, OMG. I was like, I think that's like a trafficking method. Now, thank God these are good dudes. Like they ain't perfect, but they good dudes. And I'm not crazy, but women like attractive women. You know what I mean? Earlier that first time I did it, I remember these girls, they had complimented me earlier that night. So I was like, oh, I know I can get, whatever girl he want to talk to. Y'all, once it dawned on me, like how that could be interpreted or like someone with nefarious intentions doing that, I never did it again because I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. What?
Like I said, we listen and we don't judge, but I'm only sharing this for awareness.
So what did we learn today? Be careful whose section you go in. I can't even tell you not to drink the drinks in the section because why are you in the section? I've never gone in a section and not drank the drinks. Like, maybe if I already had my own drink, but no, like, wow. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I remember like when they started putting the locks on the bottles and stuff. Oh my gosh, that used to irritate me so bad. But I get it now. They were trying to keep the girls safe. Like, because, when you're in a section, you got a lock on the bottle. You got to wait for the bottle girl to come back around. I'm like, girl, where is this girl at? We want to drink. And because anybody could slip anything in the drink. Y'all, God is good. That's all I can say. God is a keeper. God will keep you even when you don't realize you need to be kept. Because what? Yeah. But I'm glad she made it out safe because, honey, they clearly had a whole system going. Like, what? I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what else to say, y'all. I'm going to end the video here because I'm really thinking back on some stuff. What? God really kept me. I wasn't even like wilding. Well, shit. There was some times. There was some times when I was wilding, but it wasn't like wilding. I was wilding, but I wasn't wilding. There's a difference. Like I left with good intentions. Like there was always somebody sober in the group, but one girl can't protect you against somebody who has really bad intentions. So y'all keep y'all head on the swivel. Look out for yourself. Say a prayer before you go out. If it don't feel right, guess what? It ain't right. And trust your instincts. Like this world we live in. I think I'm gonna do my makeup in the next video though. Yeah. All right. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.